Alright, hey you guys, this is John Hang, and in today's video I'm going to be installing landscape lighting along the garden bed of my new patio. If you watched the last video, you can see that I just installed this outdoor outlet, and that's what I'm going to be tapping into. So I went to Lowe's earlier this morning and picked up this voltage transformer that will plug right into the outlet over there, and this is what will power my outdoor lights. I also bought 100 feet of landscape wire. It's a 16-2, so it's pretty thin, aka low voltage. From Amazon, I bought these items. So I think this is called a bollard. I don't really know. But pretty much you just stake it into the ground and you just clip into the wire, that wire over there, and it'll be powered. I also bought some for the stairs. I don't know if I'll have time for those today. All right, so I've opened up the box for the power pack. Pretty much it comes with the power pack. If I remove this label, you can see that it's by portfolio, and I'll leave a link in the description for this thing. I don't know what this number means, probably power, hours, something. I just need to read this. Comes with instructions, mounting hardware so that I can mount it to the wall right there, and then also a luminosity sensor, I guess what you call it. It pretty much just checks whether or not it's dark, and when it's dark it'll turn on the lights. All right, so the power is right here, and cool thing about this packaging is they give you a mountable. It's got like a sticky tape on the back of it, and you just peel it off and you'll know exactly where you need to drill your holes. And so I figured that I want mine about here, and that looks good to me. Actually, I might need to go a little bit lower because that's not where the things go. Good thing I checked first. All right, so that should give me enough clearance to mount this as well as move the wire over into here. So I'm gonna just drill now. I'm using a 1/4-inch masonry drill bit. I'm gonna drill into here. Try to keep it as 90 as possible, although that's never possible. All right, so I've got my screws drilled in, so I'm just going to use these mounting holes to just slide it on. And where are they? There. And so, there it is. And so it's really securely in there. Now I'm just gonna get the plug, open this thing up, and bam. And now it's plugged in, showing an A, whatever that means. Auto. So now this is powered. All I need to do now is just wire up the outdoor lights. All right, so I've opened the packaging, and you can see here that I've got 6 of these lights. Each of these lights, they can be optionally installed in concrete, or I guess these pavers if you wanted. Otherwise, you can use these stakes to put them in the ground. Each one of them on the inside will come with some mounting hardware if you are going to install it in the concrete, as well as this cable that attaches to the LEDs. And all you have to do is just set your low voltage landscape wire and then just crimp it down, and it will draw voltage from there. I'm not sure how safe this is, but if that's how the packaging came, I'll just use it. All right, so along my garden bed, I've run the low voltage wire, making sure that there's plenty of slack in case I want to move around stuff. And I've wrapped it around, and here's where the bundle is. I'll just get my wire cutters and cut it, let's say, hard to do with one hand, but cut it about here. All right, now let's put all the lights in where I think that they should be. All right, so I've laid out my lights. They're about 4 feet apart, and so I think this entire run is about 22 feet. So 4 feet between them, and then from here is maybe like 5 feet. So I think that I should be getting pretty balanced light. So from straight line to straight line over there is 4 feet there. So I should be getting pretty good light. So what I'm gonna do now is wire this end into here. I'm gonna unplug this so I don't kill myself. And that should be not too hard, I think. Not killing myself. Wiring in the wire, I mean. All right, so I'm reading the manual. Let's see. Loosen the terminal screws. Blah, 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 blah. So I've got one end of the landscape wire, the low voltage wire. Pull. And then the guide said to give it a little bit of a loop. So just like that. You can see here that you've got terminal 1 and terminal 2. You can see here that I've got 2 wires for this one wire. And so that probably means that I need to put those 2 here. And if I wanted to have a separate area, let's say not going in my flower bed, but maybe going to, I don't know, pot lighting in the garage or something, I would do that in that area. Grab my drill, open this up. So I'm looking at it now, and the book actually says to remove the wire completely and then wrap it around, so I'm going to do that. So generally, when you're doing this, you have to think about like which way you're screwing, and so righty-tighty. So as this tightens, you want the loop to be going the same way. Otherwise, as you tighten it, like, so right now the loop is like this. If the loop were like this, and if I were tightening it, it would actually push it away. So otherwise, you want to like this, so that as you tighten it, it actually circles in on itself and gets tighter. All right, so just finished wiring it, and they're both securely in there. Just give it a tug. So I'm gonna flip it over and put it back on the wall. So now I'm gonna start wiring these in. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to wire this. So you've got your light here. Coming out of the bottom of the light is this connector, this quick connector. You can see that it's got 2 teeth, as well as when you close down on it, this lever will shut down. Here is the wire coming from the box, and pretty much all you do, you've got the power wire and the light wire, and you just set it like this. And so you just push down on that, and you can see that both teeth are actually grabbing both wires that are in here. And you see, just push down until it clips in. And so now you've got contact inside the wire without exposing too much of it to the elements. And so now you're done with that. And I'm going to continue doing that with the next 4 lights, 5 lights. All right, so I'm kind of lost here right now. So essentially I've got my wire, I've tapped into it, and my light is lighting up. The only issue is that this has to go in here, but obviously, you know, the wire's in the way. And so my initial thought was, okay, maybe I put this in too early. But if you look at this hole, I was thinking like, maybe this slips through this hole, but this definitely doesn't fit through this hole. And so I noticed that on here, it has this little notch. And so eventually what I figured out was that this quick connect has additional quick connects to unplug the actual light from it, like that. And you'll notice that one side of these has words and the other doesn't. And so what I did next was just run this wire through here, take note of the notch, put the notch on this side, and then just push it through like that. And then don't be an idiot like me and install it the correct way. I install it upside down. Push that in here. And so, like I mentioned before, we took note of the words. So this side has the words on it. The way I remember it is that there's one side that is the clicker, and this one's the clicky. I don't know, the latch and the non-latch. Anyways, so I put the words into this side. Same thing with here. Push down and lights back up. And so then I just put this into the ground, wherever it was. And so now my light is working. And you can see that I've done it with the other ones. So I was a little bit frustrated at this one, and I think I might have accidentally broke it, because I did every step that I just mentioned before, but it's not working anymore. So maybe I just will only have 5 lights instead of 6. The reason I broke it is because I was trying to figure out other ways to open this and accidentally, well, not accidentally, but purposely screwed it and saw that there's some sort of gasket here. So I pulled on this, and so I probably pulled on a wire, and now the wire's loose in there, and it's kind of a pain to grab it all the way down there. All right, guys, so I did pull it completely apart. So at the top, this just slips on, and so you can just pull it and it'll come off. And so then you unscrew 3 screws at the bottom, and you can see that there's a small little circuit board. You can see that there's a gray wire and a white wire. This one white thing hanging off is a gasket. And you can see here, this is the top of the light. You can see here that there is a gray wire and a white wire, as well as, I don't know, metal. So I think I might have accidentally pulled it apart too hard, and now it's unwired. And at this point, it's like probably too far gone. All right, so sadly, I've broken that one pretty much. Can't do anything about it, but I still have 5 other lights. I think that I can rearrange them to still fill the space in the right way, and all I need to do is bury the wires now, and I'm pretty much done. All right, so here it is fully completed. So I ended up doing about 5-foot spacing between everything. And so this power supply actually has some sort of like a light sensor. So it goes right here. Is it? Yeah, there it is. And I think putting my hand over it caused it to realize that it's nighttime. But looks pretty good, I would say. We'll see how it is at night. But you're probably wondering what I did to terminate the wire. So I have a waterproof wire connector, and just put the butt end of it in there. And just going to put it back underneath the dirt. I didn't get to doing the stairs like I wanted to, but that's where the wires are going to go next, just straight up into there. All right, so I'll end the video right there. You can see that it's about like, I don't know, 5 o'clock right now because it's daylight savings times or whatever, but the lights are working well, and they're pretty easy to install other than the one that I broke. That was entirely my fault, I guess. But yeah, if you like the video, consider hitting the like button. If you're liking the content and want to see more, consider subscribing. And if you have any comments, leave one down below. Until next time, this is John Hang. Thanks.